Okay.
Okay. So let's just get started. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So first of all, the thing is this. This is your syllabus. This is what you have to do entirely. Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
economics basically, if you want to score well, I'm talking about the macro one first. You should
Okay.
be good in numericals, right? You should be good
Yes.
in understanding. Plus, you should be good with the diagrammatic representation. Diagrammatic
Okay.
representation doesn't mean that you have to draw diagrams. That is basically the graphs. Okay. You should
Okay.
represent it with the help of graphs. Okay. And
Okay.
in Indian economy, basically, you should be good with the context, right? You should be good
Yes,
with
ma'am.
the words. For example, if you know the story of this, that India got independence in 1947 and earlier it was under the control of British people and all that, right?
Yes.
Now, if you're
Yes.
writing it like this, everybody knew this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yeah.
you have to be very holistic with your writing things. You have to make sure you are using the economic terms, right? Instead of writing it like just India got independence in 1947, we were under the control of British India and all that. You wrote it, you will get 1 marks done. But if
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
wrote it like long time ago, before 1947, India was under the control of British Empire, right?
Yes,
British
ma'am.
would basically use the policy of divide and rule. They divided the India and then they ruled, right? They
Yes.
demolished all the infrastructure of India, the handicraft and all that, so that they can make Indians interfere in the market of their economy and they can indirectly grow their economy with the help of Indian people and the infrastructure of Indians, right?
Yes. Yes,
Slowly
ma'am.
and slowly, India got to know about this and they protested. And finally, in 1947, India got independence from the British people, right? You
Yes,
wrote
ma'am.
this and the first line which I told you. Of course, there is a difference. If you will write this much, when the examiner will read your answer sheet, he or she will get to know, okay, this student basically knew the entire story, right? He only don't know
So,
when India got independence. He also know
yeah.
how India got independence, how British rule Indians, and everything. So that
Yes.
directly when they will read 2 or 3 lines which are different from the other student, you get 4 marks like this. Okay. So this is
Yes,
what
ma'am.
we have to do. Indian economy, people think, students think, ma'am, we don't have to study. We will learn the story and that's we are done. No, it's not a, it's not basically a literature where you will learn the story and you can do the things. No, it's not a literature, right? It is a theory.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a thin line between literature and theory. In English, you can learn the story and write it all about. But here in Indian economy, you have to understand, you have to make sure how you are writing it, how you are presenting it. Because story everybody knew, but not everybody gets full marks, right? So I have to be very approachable for this. So
Ye-
whatever notes I will be providing you here, I
Yes.
can make sure that they will be more than enough. You don't have to run here, there, no. Right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
But the only thing, if I have taught 2 topics today, you have to learn it on the same day. This is what you can do from your end. And in the next class, for example, you were learning, but you were unable to learn it because you were not getting the context. Next class, you can come, ma'am, I tried learning it, but I was unable. It was very hard for me to learn. So I can help you out. But if you will not come to me with doubts, I will think that you know everything and I won't push you more, right? But if you will come the same day, for sometimes what happen when I'm teaching you, you'll feel like
Yes.
that you are getting everything. But the moment
So,
you will start solving it, you'll feel like how this is done, how this can be
so,
done, the formula.
ma'am, don't worry. From my side, there will be more effort. So, don't.
Very good. So this is what I want. Okay.
Okay.
And now in an economy, we are sorted it, how we are going to do. So I'm going to
Yes.
provide the notes. I'm going to discuss each and everything. I never rely on question answer. I focus on the topic because in board exam, you went like if I'll teach you 10 questions from each chapter, it won't come, right? If I'll teach you entire topics, anything can come, right? So we'll
Yes, ma'am.
focus on topic instead of the question answer. Okay.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
then in microeconomics, whatever we are learning, same day you have to do. So we will be starting
Okay.
with money and banking first.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, after money and banking, we will do determination of income and employment. Okay.
Okay.
And then we will be doing this national income. Okay, no, after this, these two, we will do this first unit. Okay. And then we will
Okay.
start with the national income. Once we are done with national income, then we will be doing the current challenges facing Indian economy. Then we will be doing government budget and balance of payment. And then this one, we are done with the syllabus. Okay.
Okay,
This is
ma'am.
how we are going to do. So first, money and banking, because this is very, like, it's for 6 marks, you can see, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can see.
You just have to like money creation is little bit tricky, and where the correction is part is there, that much is little bit tricky. You have to little bit put more emphasis on that. Others is very fine. Okay.
Okay.
Should we
Okay, ma'am.
start?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. We can start.
Now, most of the students are like, ma'am, we don't understand what we are missing and what we are not missing. CBSE has already given you the syllabus. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So you have to just follow that syllabus. You can see this
Okay.
one. So before
Yeah, ma'am.
starting any chapter, we will be looking for the syllabus, right? This is the syllabus
Yes.
provided by the CBSE. Now they have given the topic. For money chapter, you have to study meaning and its function, right?
Okay,
Then
ma'am.
you have to study about supply of money, right? Which is
Yes.
currency held by the public and net demand deposit by the commercial bank, right? Then you have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
study money creation by the commercial banking system. Then you have to study
Okay.
about central bank and its function, right? Then you have to study about this bank of issue of government bankers, bank control of credit through bank rate, CRR, SLR, repo rate, and all that. So whatever we will be learning in the class, this is very important. Now you will be like, ma'am, why this is important? For example, today I taught you meaning and function. You can mark it here or you can underline it. Okay, meaning and function, ma'am has already taught. Now it's my duty to learn it. When we will be
Okay, ma'am.
doing supply of money, you will underline it. That okay, from ma'am side, it is done. In the class, in the tuition, it is done. But now it's my responsibility that I have to learn. When you are done, you will draw one more line here. So that means you have finished this chapter. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So
Yes.
this is what I basically follow. Okay. On the in my class, we will be making notes in the class itself. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear? So this one,
Yes.
just leave a first page. Let's just understand few things and then I will give you time to write down this in your notebook. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So before starting over here, I'll ask you a few questions. Okay. What is the difference between meaning and definition? If I'll ask you, what is the meaning of money? If I'll ask you, define money or the definition of money, is this same or is there any difference?
Ma'am, money like
No, no, don't tell me the meaning. Just tell me in meaning and definition, is there any difference? If the question comes, write down the meaning of money or maybe meaning of anything. And the another question is write down the definition of this. So is there any difference?
no, ma'am. Both are same.
Okay, but here you are wrong. Okay, let me tell you how. Clear? Now in the paper, if meaning will come, you will write different thing. If definition will come, you will write different thing. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's just understand why, ma'am. For example, I showed you this picture. These are the three students, you, your friend, and one more student. Okay.
Okay.
I asked you, what is this? What you said, ma'am? Ma'am, this is a fruit. Yes? You
Yes,
said
ma'am.
this. Even your friend told the same thing, and your third friend also, he also said the same. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this they basically told the meaning of the picture. Ma'am, this is the fruit. Okay? Done?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone who will say, ma'am, this is a car?
No.
No. Right? So basically, this is the meaning of this picture, which everybody is accepting. Nobody will say that this is the wrong meaning. Okay?
Yes.
Got it. But now, if I ask you, Ibrahim, tell me, what is the definition of this? You will say, ma'am, this is a red color fruit. Your friend will say, ma'am, this is a sweet fruit. Okay? Your friend might say, ma'am, this is a green color fruit. Or you can say green plus red color fruit. Okay? So when
There are
I'm
different opinions.
yes, so this is definition that according to Ibrahim, this is a red color fruit. According to maybe somebody else like Ayush, this is a sweet fruit, right?
Yes,
According
ma'am.
to Hina, this is a green plus red color fruit. So you can see this is a definition that someone is defined. See, according to you, you feel it's a red color. It's okay. Maybe your friend feel like instead of defining it red, he or she said that man, this is sweet fruit. Very tasty, very yummy. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is also right. This is also right. This is also right. So this is a definition. Definition means how a particular person is defining that. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So if
Yes.
somebody asks you the meaning, that is that everybody is going to accept. But definition, whenever you will be writing, you will be writing it like this. According to this person, money is this. Clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So whenever it's written according to, so you have that means that is a definition. Got
Okay.
it? right?
Yes.
According to that particular person. You see, over here, it's your opinion, you are defining it. So I can't say that it's wrong. But if you will say, ma'am, this is car, then I will say it's wrong meaning. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So this is
Yes,
what.
yes.
Okay, now it's clear. In the exam hall, if it is coming the meaning and definition, you will not write the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Now let's just understand the meaning of it. Okay. So for example, if I ask you, Ibrahim, what do you mean? Like, who are you? So of course, you will introduce yourself to me. Yes. You will introduce like, ma'am, my name is Ibrahim. I
Yes,
study in
ma'am.
this class. Right. My age is this. My subjects are this. Right. My hobby and all that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
But for example, in your introduction, you are telling me, ma'am, my name is Ibrahim. My friend's name is Rakesh. My friend's father name is Mr. Asim. So is this work?
No, ma'am.
No. I'm asking you to define about yourself. I'm asking your meaning. Who are you? So you will tell about yourself, right? But there are like, for example, in the introduction, you only said, my name is Ibrahim. My favorite color is red. Done. That is also an incomplete introduction, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
similarly,
ma'am.
whenever I will ask you the meaning of money, there are 4 things that you have to tell. How many things?
4.
4 things. If you miss any of them, you lose marks. That means that is the incomplete introduction of money. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's just understand. Meaning of money. So ma'am, money is anything which is generally accepted as. Money is something or anything. It can be anything. There is no proper thing that what is money. It is anything. Okay. First, ma'am, it is generally accepted as medium of exchange. Right? That means if I want to purchase it from you, I will give you money and you will give it to me. Right? So everybody is going to accept it.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Second, measure of value. For example, I have to measure it. This is a pen and this is a board. Right? So who is more valuable? In terms of money, I can compare it. I can measure that this is for 10 rupees, that is for 100 rupees. Right? So measure of value. Okay?
Yes.
And then third one is store of value. You can even store the money. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then standard of deferred payment. Basically, in future, you are making the payment. Right now, don't feel like, oh my God, one by one, we will understand this. Okay? But
Yeah,
for
okay, ma'am.
currently, but if I'll ask you, what is money, Ibrahim? So you will say, ma'am, it is a medium of, ma'am, money is anything which is generally accepted as medium of exchange, measure of value, store of
Store
value,
of value,
standard
standards
of
of
deferred.
deferred payment.
You said all the 4 words, you are done, you got the 3 marks. Done?
Okay. Yes,
Full
ma'am.
marks. Okay? But this is the meaning. If I'll ask you, Ibrahim, define the meaning or define the money. So there are 2 people, basically. One is Robertson, right? So according to Robertson, money is anything which is widely accepted in payment for good. So according to anything it can be, right? So he said that money is anything which is accepted for payment of good. Like if you have to do payment for any good, you have to give money, right? And he said if you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
discharge the other kind of business obligation, like for example, you and I, we are doing a business. We will
Yes.
be using money, right? I can't say
Yeah,
that
ma'am.
give me your product, I will give you my car. No, that is not acceptable, right? So the
Yes.
Robertson says that money is anything which is widely accepted in payment for good or in discharge of other kind of business obligation. If you want to remove the obligation of business, then also you need money. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Now there was one very smart economist. Who was that? He was Kent. You know that meaning of money? He took
Yeah.
he took the words from there, right?
Yeah.
And then he
Yes,
made
ma'am.
the definition. What he said? Money is anything which is commonly used and generally accepted as medium of exchange. This word was there in the meaning?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
there.
Or as a
Yeah.
standard of value. So he was very smart. Out of 4, he took 2 points and made his own definition.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So you can
Yes.
learn any of them. Like you can learn the Robertson or Kent because Kent one is easy, right? It's
Yeah.
up to you. There is no particular restriction or something. But if definition comes, you will write it. According to the Kent, this is this. According to the Robertson, this is this. But if I'll ask you what is the meaning of money, so then money is anything which is generally accepted as medium of exchange, measure of
Measure of value,
store of
store of
value, standard
value.
of deferred payment.
Yeah.
Okay. So just leave the first page. You'll be like, why? Because we have to write the syllabus. Okay. Yes, just leave the first page.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
And then start writing from here. First try, you can zoom it from your end.
Yeah, I can, ma'am.
Okay. So put the heading, meaning of money. Okay, and then
Okay.
write this.
Okay.
Just let me know once you are done. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Then, ma'am.
Okay. Now you will write definition of money and any one you can write. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, done.
Okay. Now, if I'll ask you, what are the qualities of you, Ibrahim? So what you will do?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever you told me in the introduction, that only you will tell me, ma'am, these are my qualities, right?
Ma'am,
I
your,
can
vo-
dance well, I can sing well, I can.
ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Okay, is it not audible? Is it fine now? Better?
Yeah, now better.
Okay. So if I'll ask you, Ibrahim, what are your qualities? Like, what are the features? So, of course, basically, whatever you told me in the introduction, that ma'am, I can sing well, I can dance well, I'm very good at football, I play basketball, whatever. Right? So,
Yeah, ma'am.
similarly, money also told about him or herself, right? That ma'am, medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value, standard. So, these are the functions of money as well. Okay? Now,
Okay.
ma'am, how? So, you can see I have written in the PPT itself, these two are for blue color and these are for purple, right? The reason
Yeah,
is this M and M, they are the primary function.
primary function. Okay.
And these are the,
Secondary.
yes. So you will be, if I'll ask you, Ibrahim, what are the functions of money? So you will say, ma'am, there are two functions of money, primary function and secondary function, right? Primary
Yes, ma'am.
functions are basically two, medium of exchange and measure of value. Secondary function is store of
Store
value
of value.
and standard
Standard
of.
of deferred payment.
Okay, so we will quickly draw this flowchart in your notebook. Then one by one, we will understand what is a medium of exchange, what is a measure of value, and all. Okay,
Okay,
fine.
ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the next one by one, let's just understand. Okay. Now we will be learning this in a story form. Okay. Clear? You don't have to mug up it. You have to understand it. So that
Okay,
in
ma'am.
exam hall, if there is a see, we never forget story, the movies and all that, but we
Yeah,
forget what is written in the notebook. Yes.
yeah, ma'am.
So we will be learning everything with the help of like a story kind of or all that, right? So that in the exam hall, when primary function come, it's come to your mind that, okay, these are the things. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, medium of exchange. So medium of exchange, if I'll ask you, Ibrahim, you have money. What you will do with that money? Either you will purchase something or you will you use the services, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, basically exchange. Like you wanted to purchase something like the goods. So you gave money and you purchased the car, right? You
Yes, ma'am.
wanted your tap was not working. So you call the plumber, right? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
took the services from that plumber and you gave money to
Money.
that person, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
first function of money is medium of exchange. So this is the most basic function of money As today, all exchanges takes place in terms of money. Okay. So this is the
Yes.
most basic function of money. And why? Because today. Why I have written as today?
Because at
Mhm.
present, like money is like
Like. Mhm.
like
Earlier, we have yes. See, earlier there was a system called barter system. Do you know anything about this? No?
yes, ma'am. I know.
Yes. So that's why I've written as today because earlier there was no money, right?
They change the goods.
Yes. In place of good, for example, you are selling oranges, I am selling
Yeah.
apples. So you will give me oranges, I'll give you apples, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yes,
what.
ma'am.
That's why I've written as today because earlier there was a barter system, but today all the exchanges takes place in terms of money. Today you
Yeah, ma'am.
cannot tell me that, ma'am, I'll give you apples, you give me oranges. No, because the prices of apple is different, the prices of oranges is different, right? So I
Yes.
cannot exchange in place of orange and apple, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
if I'll ask you in paper, if it has come for one marker, if it comes for one marker, that dash is the basic function of money. So what is medium of exchange, right? As
Yes, ma'am.
today all exchanges takes place in terms of money. Money helps in buying and selling of goods and services. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, measure of value. Okay. Now, let's just take an example over here. This is you. You went to the shop. Okay. You
Yes.
saw this nice shirt. Okay. And you were like, it's very nice. I want to purchase it. There was a salesperson. You asked, what is the value of this shirt? Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
So he told you the price. That's this is for rupees 1000. Okay.
Okay.
So you're like, okay, I like that. I'll purchase. So you went to the billing counter and there what you gave?
Money.
Money. So you asked for the value. The salesperson told you the price. And what you gave? Money. Done?
Money. Yeah.
The first value came, then price came, and then the money came. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? So let's just
Yes.
understand measure of value. So money measures the value of goods and services and helps in sale and purchase of goods and services. Is it clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Now this one is important. The value of each goods and services is expressed as its price. If you want to know the value of any product, you will first ask for its price, right?
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes,
price
ma'am.
of all goods and services is expressed in terms of money. So if you want to know the value, you will value of any particular goods and services will express in terms of price, and price of goods and services will express in terms of money. Clear?
Yes,
Value,
ma'am.
price, money. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is how you measure it. So if you want to measure the value of any particular product, you need price first, and then price you will pay in terms of money. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to store of value. Okay. So see, a person who is storing the value, right? Storing the money. That person is wealthy. He's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
wealthy. He's very wealthy. Right? So
Yeah.
wealth can be conveniently stored in form of money. Right? If you want
Yeah.
to store your wealth, you can store in terms of money. Right? For
Yes,
example,
ma'am.
let's just take an example of phones. iPhones are very expensive, 1 lakh, 2 lakh like this.
Yeah, ma'am.
You purchased 1 lakh iPhone today. Like for example, previous year you bought 15 Pro Max.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
That was for like for example, you bought for 256 GB. So that was for, I'm talking about Indian price. That was for 160 lakhs. Right? Now,
Yes.
what you did, you didn't use that phone. You kept that phone in Elmira. Okay. Now
Yeah.
after 1 year, though you bought it for 160, now if you will sell this phone, will you get 160?
No, ma'am. We will
No.
get less.
You will get maybe 80, 90 like
Yeah.
this. But in case if you would have stored 160 cash, 160 lakh as a cash, the same amount you would have got 160 cash.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it won't be a degraded, right?
Yeah.
So this is what. So money can be conveniently stored without the loss in its value. See, over here the value has been lost, but money, there is no loss in the value. Okay. So money
Yes.
can be stored without loss in value. So savings are secured and can be used whenever there is a need. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you are putting the money, they are savings, right? And whenever you want it, you can use it.
Yeah, ma'am.
So this is what. So if I'll ask you store of value, so you will think the person who is storing the money, what he is? He is wealthy, right? So wealth,
Yeah.
when conveniently stored in form of money, money can be stored without loss in value. Savings are secured and can be used whenever there is a need. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the last one, a standard of deferred payment. Okay, the deferred is basically future. This F in deferred stand for future. Okay,
Okay,
clear?
ma'am.
Now let's just understand. For example, you went to this shop, you wanted to purchase maybe a phone. That phone was for 500 rupees. Okay, you went there, but you had only 200 rupees with you. Clear? So
Yeah,
what you
ma'am.
say, I have only 200 rupees. Rest of the money I'll give you 100 for next 3 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So basically, what you said, you are getting the product right now,
Yes.
but the money when you are giving in future.
We are giving an on installment.
Yes, in future, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even if you are giving the money tomorrow, that is also a future,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Tomorrow is future, right? So this is what. So when you like usually, for example, you purchase this mobile phone that was a 500 rupees, you gave 500 rupees. Okay, then that is called payment. But when you purchase the phone today, but you are not paying the entire amount today, that is the deferred payment.
Future
Clear?
payment. Yeah.
Yes, because you will be making the payment in future. That's
Yeah.
why it's not the payment, it's the deferred payment. So, deferred payment refers to the payment made in future, right? Done till
Yes,
here,
ma'am.
got it? What is deferred payment? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
how it is possible? See, earlier when there was a barter system, was it possible? Can I say it like this? I'll give you apples after 2 months. Not possible.
No,
They will be
it
stale,
won't possible. No.
right? But
Yeah.
money makes it possible the credit transaction to happen when payments are not able to be made immediately. When you are unable to pay immediately or instant payment are not made, at that time, money make it possible that you can pay it later on. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Credit. You have two types of card. One is the debit card, one is the credit card. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So credit card is basically, for example, in your account, you have only 200 rupees. You can pay it with the help of credit card, the entire amount, 500 rupees. Later on,
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
can use, later on, you can fill your credit card. Right?
Yeah.
So because of money only this was possible. In barter system, there was no credit card. Nothing was there. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have the product, buy it right away. If you don't have the product, forget it. Right?
Yes.
So these are the functions of money. So let's just quickly recap it. First, medium of exchange. This is the most basic function of money, and because of that, you can sell anything, you can buy anything. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, measure of value. Money measures value of goods and services and helps in sale and purchase of goods and services. Right? Value
Yes,
of
ma'am.
goods and services is expressed in terms of
Money.
value is expressed in terms of
Value, price, money.
price, money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then store of value. Wealth can be stored in terms of money, and money can be stored without any loss in value. Savings are
Yes, ma'am.
secured and can be used whenever there is a need. Standard of deferred payment, the payment which made in future. And because of money, it is possible to do credit transaction when instant payment are not possible. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if now I'll tell you how they ask the question in the boards. Okay. First
Okay,
type
ma'am.
of question is what are the functions of money? What are functions of money? Then first simple question.
Yes, ma'am.
Second question would be not defined. Explain any two functions of money. Yes. Done.
Yes.
Third function can be explain the following function of money. Yes, and they over here they will write this. A, store of value. Okay. B, standard of deferred payment. Getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Now,
Yes.
usually earlier what student used to do, out of 4, they used to learn 2. functions. Ma'am, we are done. If functions will come, we'll write any two. But now CBSE is very clever. They give you like this. But for example, you learn other two values, two functions, but you skip these two. And unfortunately, this came in your exam.
So we have to learn both
Yes, you have to learn
points.
all of them, right? Because
Okay.
sometimes they give you the individual questions like define this particular, you'll explain this function of money. So at that time, what you will do? You will not write, you cannot write it there that I learned only one function. I didn't learn this one, right?
Yeah.
So you have to prepare everything because they can ask you in any way. If they ask you explain any two function, it's easy. Whatever you feel like you are confident in, you can write, right? But if they
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
a particular function and then you have to do it, then they can't help, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now let's just quickly write it down. So you will write primary functions, medium of exchange, and then measure of exchange. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, can you scroll up? Yeah. Ma'am, then can you scroll?